vivacious, amazing dynamic system called the brain. How far can we take it? Well, an experiment that we ran a few years ago, we took this to the limit. We had an animal running a treadmill at Duke University in the East Coast of the United States and producing the brainstorms necessary to move. And we had a robotic device, a humanoid robot in Kyoto, Japan, at ATR Laboratories that was dreaming its entire life to be controlled by a brain, a human brain, or a primate brain. What happens here is that the brain activity that generated the movements in the monkey was transmitted to Japan and made this robot walk, while footage of this walking was sent back to Duke so that the monkey could see the legs of this robot walking in front of her. So she could be rewarded not by what her body was doing, but for every correct step of the robot on the other side of the planet, controlled by her brain activity. Funny thing, that round trip around the globe took 20 milliseconds less than it takes for that brainstorm to leave its head, the head of the monkey, and reach its own muscle. The monkey was moving a robot that was 6 times bigger across the planet. This is one of the experiments in which that robot was able to walk autonomously. This is CB1 fulfilling its dream in Japan, under the control of brain activity of a primate. So where are we taking all this? What are we going to do with all this research, besides studying the properties of this dynamic universe that we have between our ears? Well, the idea is to take all this knowledge and technology and try to restore one of the most severe neurological problems that we have in the world. Millions of people have lost the ability to translate these brainstorms into action, into movement. Although their brains continue to produce those storms and code for movements, they cannot cross a barrier that was created by a lesion on the spinal cord. So our idea is to create a bypass, is to use these brain-machine interfaces to read these signals, large-scale brainstorms that contain the desire to move again, bypass the lesion using computational and microengineering, and send it to a new body, a whole body called an exoskeleton, a whole robotic suit that will become the new body of these patients. And you can see an image produced by this consortium. This is a non-profit consortium called the Walk Again Project that is putting together scientists from Europe, from here in the United States, and in Brazil together to work to actually get this new body built. A body that we believe, through the same plastic mechanisms that allow Aurora and other monkeys to use these tools through a brain-machine interface, and that allows us to incorporate the tools that we produce and use in our daily life, the same mechanism we hope allow these patients not only to imagine again the movements that they want to make and translate them into movements of this new body, but for this body to be assimilated as the new body that the brain controls.